Good evening children, welcome to YepMaster, the school foundation program. So the foundation program is given to you people in order to crack the competitive exams like IIT JEE, NEET examinations. So please be connected with the online classes and enjoy the online classes. Whatever may be the doubts you are going to get, please post the doubts to us so that we can clarify your doubts. As far as the chemistry is concerned, in the previous class we started discussing about we have already discussed about the significant figures, the accuracy, precision, and how the mathematical operations can be done on significant figures as well as the other accuracy and precision etc. concerned. Okay. So today let us focus on some of the concepts of some of the questions that we can expect in the main level examinations as far as the significant figures, rounding off numbers is concerned. Okay. So this is simple mathematics involved in this particular concept what we are going to discuss today. Okay. So it is easy to understand and easy to get the answers. Okay. So we in the examination expect one or two questions from this particular area, significant figures in the competitive examinations. Okay. So please don't lose the marks with respect to the very simple questions like these ones. Okay. Yeah. First let us move on to the first question. They are given 0.00025 has how many significant figures? So they have given a number and they are asking us to look at the number of significant figures that are present in the given number. We have discussed that zeros whenever present before the non-zero digit, generally they are not considered as significant figures. So in this particular case if you observe, the zeros which are present before the non-zero digits, all non-zero digits can be considered as significant figures. Okay. And the zeros which are present before the non-zero digits are not considered, and the zeros which are present in between the non-zero digits can be considered. But if you observe in this number, the zeros which are present before the non-zero digit, that is 2, are not significant. So in this particular number we have two significant figures, one is 2, other is 5. So digit 2 as well as digit 5 are generally considered as significant figures. So how many significant figures are present in this case? We have only 2 significant figures. So correct option is D. Okay. So the zeros which are present before the non-zero digit are not considered as significant figures. Okay. Of course, most of the problems will be given in a simple fashion from this particular significant figures. You can easily handle them. Okay. The proper value of significant figures in 38.0 plus 0.0035 plus 0.000003 is. So how many significant figures are present in the given value? That is to say that when you add these three numbers, whatever may be the result that you are going to get, that the result you have to express with the rules that are applicable part of this particular addition. So now let us look at the addition that we can see here. It is given as 38.0, okay, plus 0.0035, okay. Other number is 0.00000, 4 zeros, right? Yeah, 4 zeros followed by 3. So when you go for addition, add the numbers. So in this case it is 3, 5, 3, 0, 0, 8, 3. So this is the answer that we are going to get when we are going to add these three numbers. Okay. But whenever we add the numbers, so how the significant figures or what are the rules which are supposed to we have to consider for giving the result with the proper significant figures. So in this case of addition, generally what we look at the number of digits which are present after the decimal point, and the result which is going to be obtained from the addition or from the subtraction should contain the whichever number has least number of digits after the decimal point. We have to express the result in the same way only. Okay. So if you observe the first number, in the case of first number we have one digit after the decimal point. We have one digit after the decimal point. In the second case, we have 4 digits after the decimal point. Okay, 0035. And in this case, we have 5 digits after the decimal point. Okay, so this is what we are looking after the decimal point. Okay, after the decimal point, how many digits are there? So we have to look at the number of digits which are present after the decimal point. In first case, we have only one digit, that is 0.0. Okay, and in the second case we have 4 digits. The third case we have 5 digits after the decimal point. So we have to choose that one or that number which has least number of digits after the decimal point. So this has the least number of digits after the decimal point. So our result should also contain the same number of digits after the decimal point. Result should also contain the same number of digits after the decimal point. But if you observe the addition product, the addition component that is obtained by adding all the 3 numbers is 38.00353. So how many digits we have after the decimal point here? We have 5 digits. Okay, but what we have to do? This is not the correct way to express the result. So we have to reduce the number of digits. So in order to reduce the number of digits after the decimal point, we have to go for rounding off the numbers. So rounding off the numbers, we have discussed even the rules, how we are going to round off the number. So here I have to express the result with only one digit after the decimal point. So I have to remove the 4 digits after the decimal point. In order to remove these ones, first I have to look at which one the last digit to be removed. It is 3 less than 5. When it is less than 5, in that case what you have to do? No need to change the number, preceding number. Last digit I have to remove. Okay, the last digit which I have to remove is 3. Okay, so 3 we know 3 is less than 5. Whenever the last most digit to be removed is less than 5, in that case the preceding number is not changed, it will be remain as it is. So what we can write it as 3.0035. I have this removed this one and nothing to change the last digit. But of course here again if you observe, after the decimal point we have 4 digits, so the last number has to be removed. So in that case last number removing is equal to 5. So whenever we remove or the last most digit to be removed is exactly equal to 5. Look at the preceding number. If the preceding number is even number, no need to change. If the preceding number is odd number, increase it by 1. So here if in this case if you observe, the last most digit to be removed is equal to 5 and the preceding number is 3. Preceding number is 3, it's an odd number, right? So it's an odd number, so in that case what you have to do? We have to increase it by 1. So we can correlate it or we can change it to 4 by removing 5. But again if you observe, in this case we have 3 digits after the decimal point, but what should our result contain? Our result should contain only 1 digit after the decimal point. So I have to remove the 4 also. So if I observe this one, 4 is less than 5. The preceding number is not changed anywhere. Okay, so it will remain as it is. But this again contain 2 digits after the decimal point. I have to remove this one. So if I remove this one, this is also 0 will be less than 5, so nothing to change with the last digit or the preceding digit. So it will become 38.0. So now I have I have added the 3 numbers, I got the result. But if you observe the 3 numbers, first number has only 1 digit after decimal point, so I have to give the result in the same fashion, having only 1 digit after the decimal point. In that case I have to round off the numbers one by one. So first I have removed the 3. In order to remove the 3, I have to observe with the 5. 3 is less than 5, so in that case the preceding number is not changed. When the last more digit to be removed is equal to 5, if the preceding number is odd number, it is increased by 1. And if the last more digit that is to be removed is less than 5, no need to change the preceding number. And if the last more digit to be removed is less than 5, no need to change the preceding number. So the value we can expect or the result of this particular addition is 38.0 only. 38.0 should be the answer. Okay, I think you got the clear idea how we are handling. First you go for the addition, take out that value that we are going to get and then adjust accordingly by rounding off the numbers. So in this case 38.0 is the correct answer. That is the D answer. Okay. Right. Next one. The number of significant figures in electronic charge. We know that the electronic charge is given as 1.602 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, right? So in this particular electronic charge, how many number of significant figures are present? So look at the number. How many significant figures are present? We have 1.602. Here 0 is between non-zero digits, so it has to be considered. So 1 has to be considered, 6, 0 and 2. So total how many we have? We have 4 significant figures in the electronic charge. So totally we have 4 significant figures in this case. So if you observe, option D is correct. 4 significant figures are present in the number. Okay. Right. Fourth one. Yes. The correctly reported answer of the addition of 4.523, 2.3 and 6.24 will have significant figures. So what they are asking, we have to add these numbers, and after adding the numbers, the number, the result that is containing how many number of significant figures. So that we have to identify now. Okay. Right. First we have to go for the addition. Let me write 4.523. Okay. 2.3. 6.24. So go for the addition. Okay. So let me write the addition product first. 3. This will be 6. This is 10. Okay. 1, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this will be 13. 13.0. 63 is the product that we are going to get by addition of these numbers. 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, 8, 10, 0, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So 13.063 is the answer that we get in this particular case. Okay. But look at since the operation that we are carrying out is addition operation, mathematical operation is addition operation. So what we have to do? Look at the number of digits present in the each number. So if you observe the number of digits after the decimal point, in this case we have 3 digits after the decimal point. So 3 digits after the decimal points are present in the first number. In the second case we have 1 digit after the decimal point. Okay. In the third number we have 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay. First number we have 3 digits after the decimal point. Of course these are the digits after the decimal point now. Okay. Please mind it. Don't forget. Okay. After the decimal point how many digits are there, that you have to look at. Okay. So in first case we have 3 digits after the decimal point. Second number we have 1 digit after the decimal point. In the third number we have 2 digits after the decimal point. So which has the least number of digits after the decimal point? So this one has the least number of digits. So 1 digit should present after the decimal point. So what should our result? Our result should also contain the same. The result should also contain, okay, 1 digit after the decimal point. 1 digit after decimal point. So I have to look at the value that we are got by the addition of the 3 numbers. Look at the value that we are going to get here. This is 13.063. How many digits are present after the decimal point in this case? Here we have 3 digits after the decimal point. So in order to round off the number, I have to express the result with 1 digit after the decimal point. So in that case what I have to do? I have to go for rounding off the number. So here the last most digit to be removed is 3. We know that the 3 is less than 5. When the last most digit to be removed is less than 5, in that case what we have to do? The preceding number, whatever may be the preceding number means the next number or next digit. Okay, the preceding digit, the next digit should not be changed when the last most digit to be removed is less than 5. Okay, so in that case Since the last most digit removed is 3, it is less than 5. So we can write the result as 13.06. 13.06. But of course, if we observe this one also, here we have 2 digits after the decimal point. I am not getting the result with the 1 decimal point. So in that case, I have to remove the last most digit. Again, I have to compare it with the 6. So the last most digit to be removed is, it is greater than 5. It is greater than 5, right? So when 60 is greater than 5, in that case, what we have to do? The preceding number has to be increased by 1. The preceding number, the next number or the next digit to be increased by 1. So here it is 0, should be 1 to be added to 0. So automatically the value becomes 13.1. 13.1. So our result, what is our result? The addition of all these numbers, the 3 numbers addition value, we have to express it as 13.1. So the reported value, the correct reported value for this particular addition is 13.1. Is the story over? No. What they are asking exactly? They are asking us to calculate how many significant figures are present in that number. How many significant figures are present in that particular number. So the result of these number addition is 13.1. So how many significant figures are present in this case? 1 is a significant figure, 3 and 1. So all non-zero digits are significant. So we have 3 significant figures. How many significant figures are present here? We have 3 significant figures, right? So 3 significant figures are present in the result. So now look at the options. 13.1 is the answer, okay, that we have to report. Correctly reported answer for the addition is 13.1. 13.1 has 3 significant figures. How many significant figures are present? 3 significant figures are present in this particular value, okay. Very good. I think you are getting the clear idea how we are handling the numbers, how we are going for the addition, how we are rounding off the numbers, and how we are reporting the answer. This is all with respect to the addition, okay. Next one. Yeah, after rounding 1.235 and 1.225 to 3 significant figures, we will have their answers respectively as, they have given us 1.235, okay, and 1.225. What they are asking, you have to round off the number such that the number should have only 3 significant figures. If we observe these two numbers have 4 significant figures. So what we have to do? We have to remove the last digit. So the last digit to be removed in both the cases 5, okay. So the last most digit to be removed is equal to 5. In that case, we have to look at the preceding number. If the preceding number is odd, increase it by 1. If the preceding number is even, no need to change. This is what we have discussed while we have seen in the last class, the rounding of numbers, okay. So what they have given, they have given 2 numbers. These 2 numbers are having 4 significant figures. Each number has 4 significant figures. What we have to do? We have to express the 2 numbers with 3 significant figures such that their answer will be. So in that case, what we have to do? We have to remove the last most digit. So the last most digit to be removed, if it is equal to 5. In that case, of course, if you observe the 2 numbers, in the 2 numbers, the outer last most digit to be removed is equal to 5. In that case, if the preceding number, if it is odd, we have to increase it by 1. If the preceding number is even, in that case, no need to change. So here in the first case, if you observe, our last most digit to be removed is 5 and the preceding number is 3. The next digit is 3. So 3 is odd. So in that case, what you have to do? We have to increase that one with the value with 1. So we have to add 1 to this one. So 3 plus 1, it becomes 4. So the result or the answer for this particular one becomes 1.24. Okay. And for the second number, if you observe, the last most digit to be removed is equal to 5 and if we observe the preceding number, the next digit, the preceding digit, in that case it is even number 2. Okay, it is 2. 2 means it is even number. So in that, if it is even number, no need to change, you have to keep it as it is. So I can write it as 1.22. So 1.235 becomes 1.24, 1.225 becomes 1.22. Okay, so 1.235 has 4 significant figures, whereas 1.24 has only 3 significant figures. Here 1.225 has 4 significant figures, 1.22 has 3 significant figures. So now we are expressing the same numbers with the 3 significant figures. In that case, what will be the answers? One is 1.24, other is 1.22. So they are asking us to look at respectively. So let us look at the answers and then identify the correct option. So this is becoming 1.24 and this one is becoming 1.22. So look at the same order, 1.24, 1.22, 1.23, 22, no, 1.24, 123, no, 1.123, 1.23, no, 1.24, 1.22. So option D should be the correct answer. 1.24 and 1.22 respectively are the answers for these two particular numbers after rounding off the numbers. Okay, right. Let us move on to the next one. The number of significant figures in pi are, how many significant figures we can expect in case of pi? What is pi? Pi we can generally write it as 22 by 7, right? It is generally written as 22 by 7. So you divide 22 by 7. You can write on, if you go on dividing it with you will get a 3 point something something something. So you are going to get n number of values, n number of digits after the decimal point. Okay. So in this case, in the case of pi, the number of significant figures are infinite. They are all infinite. 22 by 7, if you divide 22 with the 7, you are going to get infinite number. So infinite digits after the decimal point, it will be 3.14 like that. You are going to get so many digits after the decimal point. So you have infinite number of significant figures in the case of pi. Okay. Next one. On dividing 0.25 by 22.1176. So here 0.25 is divided with 22.1176. The actual report is coming out to be 0.011303. Okay. The correctly reported answer will be. So what could be the correct answer in this case? So what we are doing here, we are dividing 0.25 with 22.1176. So we are getting the answer as 0.011303. As I told you while we are discussing about the mathematical operations on significant figures, in case of division and multiplication, what we have to see? We have to look for the number of significant figures. So the two numbers on which we are carrying out the operation, we have to look at the number of significant figures, and after looking at the number of significant figures, we should express the result such that whichever number has the least number of significant figures, the same number of significant figures should contain or present in the result. In case of addition and subtraction, we have to look at the number of digits after the decimal point. We have to choose that number which has least number of decimal points, and we should express the result in the same way, having least number of decimal points as that are the numbers that are taken for the addition or subtraction process. Okay. In the case of multiplication and division, what we have to do? In that case, first look at the number of significant figures present in each number and express the result which are having least number of significant figures among the numbers given. Okay. So in this particular case, we have to first look at the number of significant figures present in both the numbers that we are using for the operation of division. Okay. Right. First let us look at the first one. How many significant figures we have here? 0 before the non-zero digit is not considered. 2 is a significant figure, 5 is a significant figure. So we have 2 significant figures in this case. Okay. In the second one, 22.1176 all non-zero digits, all are significant. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 significant figures are present in this case. Okay, which is having the least value? The first number 0.25 has least number of significant figures. So in that case, what we have to do? We should give the result with the two significant figures only. Okay, we should express the result having only two significant figures. So in that case, the actual result that we are going to get when we are dividing 0.25 by 22.1176, we are going to get the value as 0.011303. This is the value that is actually obtained. But what we have to give? We have to give the result having only two significant figures. We should give the result having only two significant figures. So keeping that thing in mind, we have to round off the numbers again. Since here if we observe how many significant figures are present here in the result, actual result. In actual result we have 5 significant figures, but our result should contain only 2 significant figures. So we have to round off this number. Yeah, rounding off the number, what I have to do? I have to see the number to be removed. So here the number to be removed is less than 5. So no need to change the preceding number, that is 0. So we can express as it is. So the result becomes 0.01130. 0.01130. But of course if we observe this one, it has 4 significant figures. Okay, this number has 4 significant figures. So it has 4 significant figures. What I have to do? I have to remove the last digit. Okay, so the last digit to be removed is less than 5. Okay, 0 less than 5, so we can round it off to 0.0113. Since the lastmost digit to be removed is less than 5, no need to change the preceding number. So I am keeping the preceding number as it is. So it becomes 0.113. Now if we observe this one, we have how many significant figures? We have 3 significant figures in this case, 1, 1 and 3. Okay, so but our result should contain only 2 significant figures. So again I have to round off the number. So the lastmost digit to be removed is less than 5. In that case, what I have to do? No need to change the preceding number. You have to write as it is. So the number becomes 0.011. 0.011. So 0.011 is the actual value we have to report. So this has, if we observe this number has 2 significant figures. 2 significant figures are present in this case. So this should be the answer. Okay. So what we have to do in the case of multiplication and division, look at the number of significant figures present in each number, and we have to report the result having the least number of significant figures from the either of the numbers. Okay. So in that case we have to round off the numbers. Whenever the lastmost digit to be removed is less than 5, in that case no need to change the preceding number. If the lastmost digit to be removed is greater than 5, in that case preceding number is increased by 1. Okay, and the lastmost digit to be removed is exactly equal to 5. In that case, look at the preceding number. If the preceding number is odd, increase it by 1. If the preceding number is even, no need to change the number. Okay, so you can directly express. So here the result that we can express for this particular value is 0.011 only. So it has only 2 significant figures. So the correct answer is A. A should be the correct answer. 0.011 should be the correct answer. Okay. Yeah. How many significant figures are present in this number? Look at the number that is given, 8.281. 8.281. 8.281 has how many significant figures? So all are non-zero digits. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 4 significant figures are present in this number. So option is D, correct one, right? Next one. Yeah, which of the following is incorrect about the SI units? Of course, it is little deviated from our discussion regarding the significant figures. Yeah, we know that the density, we can write density is mass divided by volume. So mass can be given in kilograms, SI unit, volume is in meter cube. Okay, so this is correct. Density in kilogram per meter cube, right? Force, we know force we express in terms of Newton. Yeah, force expressed in terms of Newton, correct only. Pressure in pascals, yes, pressure also expressed in pascals. Pascals is nothing but 1 pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. So this is force per unit area. So 1 pascal, pascal is the SI unit that we can use for pressure. Okay, amount of the substance in mole per liter. So this is the wrong. We generally expect amount in terms of mole, but not per liter. Okay, so generally the amount expressed in terms of moles, and the weight is expressed in terms of kilogram, volume in meter cube, area in meter square, force in newtons, pressure in pascals. So if you observe in this case, incorrect about the SI unit is the D option, amount of the substance in mole per liter is not the correct representation. Okay, it is not the correct liter. We are not going to use for volume. For volume we are going to use the value as meter cube. Okay, volume should be expressed in meter cubes, not in liters. Okay. Okay, this is somewhat deviated one. Yeah, this is also little deviated one. We will see afterwards these questions. Okay, which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? So here the statements are given with respect to the accuracy and precision. So we have to identify the correct statement from the following. Okay, right, correct statements if we observe. There is no difference between precision and accuracy. What is precision and what is accuracy? What is precision? Precision is nothing but agreement of or the closeness of the results. What is precision? Precision is the closeness of the results. Closeness of results. Okay. So for example, when you are carrying out 2 or more times the same experiment, how close you are getting the values, that is we considered as precision. Okay. What is accuracy then? Accuracy is the agreement of the experimental value with the true value. Agreement of experimental value with the true value is accuracy. Okay, agreement of experimental value with a true value. Okay, so we cannot say that precision and accuracy are same. The first statement, if you observe, there is no difference between precision and accuracy. No, there is a difference between precision and accuracy. Precision is the closeness of the results that we are going to get for an experiment. Anyway, anytime whenever we carry out the experiment, generally we go for 2 to 3 times repeating the experiment so that we get the accuracy. In that case, we can approach the true value. So whenever as we have seen in the precision and accuracy discussion, there 3 students have done the experiment. The 3 different students have given 3 different values. Okay, there we have discussed how the student A is accurate, B is showing the precision, whereas student C is showing no precision and no accuracy. So here the precision and accuracy are different. So the first statement is wrong one. Okay, a good precision always means a good accuracy. No, good precision, good accuracy, of course, since the precision and accuracy are different. So when a student is precise enough in his experiment, there is not a rule that he should be accurate in his experiment results. No. As we have seen in the previous examples, when we are discussing the theory concept, there we have come across it. The student B is showing precision, student A is showing accuracy as well as the precision. So it is not a rule that a good precision always leads to a good accuracy. No, precision is different and accuracy is different. So there is no relation between these two. Okay. So second statement is also wrong one. Look at the third one. See. Accuracy means that all measured values of an experiment are close to the actual value. Yeah, accuracy means, what is it? It's an agreement of the experimental value with the true value. So it is that all the measured values of an experiment are close to the actual value. So this should be the correct statement. Let us also look at the D option. Okay, a measurement may have good accuracy but poor precision. A measurement may have good accuracy but poor precision. When accurate, automatically it leads to the precision as well. Okay, so here it says that a measurement which has a good accuracy has a poor precision. No, good accuracy always leads to good precision. So we can say that good precision will not lead to good accuracy, but a good accuracy can lead to good precision. Okay, so when we are accurate, when our result is experimental value is matching with the actual value, in that case we are accurate as well as we are precise. Okay, so good accuracy will lead to good precision, but good precision will not lead to good accuracy. So among the 4 statements that are given, option C, the third statement, if we observe, accuracy means that all the measured values of an experiment are close to the actual value. So the third statement is the correct one. Okay. Yeah, the actual product of 4.327 and 2.8 is 12.1156. The correctly reported answer will be, again it is based on the multiplication. So whenever we are carrying out the multiplication mathematical operation on significant figures, the result must and should contain least number of significant figures from either of the numbers. So first we have to identify the number of significant figures present in each number, and then we have to report the answer such a way that the answer should contain, or the result should contain, least number of significant figures from the numbers that we have chosen for the operation. Okay. Yeah, here what they have taken 4.327. Okay, it is multiplied with 2.8. So when 4.327 is multiplied with 2.8, we are getting the value as 12.1156. We are getting the value as 12.1156. Now first look at the significant figures in both the numbers. Here how many significant we have? All are non-zero digits, so we have 4 significant figures. Here we have only 2 significant figures. So our result should be containing only 2 significant figures. So we should express in the same fashion. But if we observe here, how many significant figures are present here? We have 6 significant figures. So 6 significant figures are there, but we have to report the value with only 2 significant figures. So in that case, round off the number. So here 12.1156 is the number. So last most digit to be removed is 6. 6 is greater than 5. So preceding number should be increased by 1. So it becomes 12.116. So when I am removing this one, in that case 6 is greater than 5. So preceding number should be increased by 1. It becomes 12.12. But this has 4 significant figures, so I have to remove the 2 also. 2 is less than 5, so preceding number is not changed, it is kept as it is. In this case 12.1 has 3 significant figures. In that case I have to round off the last digit. So 1 is less than 5. So in that case the preceding number is not changed, it should be kept as it is, it should be 12 only. Okay, so this 12 has 2 significant figures. So we can take the option A as the correct one, which is having only 2 significant figures. Okay, I think you got a clear idea about how we are going to handle the mathematical operations on the significant figures and how we have to express the result having the required number of significant figures or required number of digits after the decimal points. So please practice some more questions related to these ones, as the assignments are given in your DPP, so you can please follow them and try to answer those questions. If you feel any difficulty, you can please send me so that I can clarify your doubts as well. I think you have enjoyed today's class. We will come up with one more point in next class. So please look into the one, and in the next class we are going even to deal with some of the questions that are appeared in the advanced level, and thereby you can easily access how we can easily handle the numbers with respect to the significant figures, rounding off, how we can do this. All these things can be learnt in the next class. Until then, have a nice time. Thank you.